Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Our world is full of mysteries, so bizarre that some sound straight out of fantasy, while others could easily be mistaken for scenes from a sci-fi blockbuster. If someone told us these stories without evidence, we might laugh, doubt them, or think they'd made it all up. But today, things are different. Cameras are everywhere, on streets, in buildings, even in our pockets. And because of that, we've captured nature doing things that defy logic and reason. So, get ready to see with your own eyes. Here are 10 mind-bending natural events that would be impossible to believe if they hadn't been caught on camera. 1. The iceberg that refused to move. In Newfoundland, Canada's eastern edge, something extraordinary took place, so mesmerizing that people traveled just to witness it firsthand. Each year, the locals await what they call iceberg season, a time when colossal icebergs drift down from the Arctic, gliding slowly past the shore. The region is so famous for it that it's nicknamed Iceberg Alley. But in April 2017, something truly remarkable happened. A massive iceberg didn't just pass by, it got stuck. Just off the coast of a small village named Fairyland, an enormous block of ice, rising nearly 45 meters high, about the size of a 17-story building, became lodged near shore. It was even larger than the infamous iceberg that sank the Titanic. The sight stunned everyone, not only because of its sheer size, but because it was so close, people could see it clearly from their homes. The town's mayor admitted he'd never seen anything like it before. Soon, journalists and tourists from across the globe flooded in, turning the quiet fishing town into an unexpected hotspot. 2. The line between rain and sunshine. Have you ever watched rain pour on one side of the street while the other side stays perfectly dry? Sounds unreal, right? Yet it happens, and cameras have captured it. This phenomenon is called a rain border. It occurs when a compact rain cloud forms above a very narrow area, releasing water straight down without being spread by the wind. It's like the sky is dumping a bucket of water on just one tiny patch of ground. One of the most jaw-dropping recordings came from India, where rain was falling in a circle barely a few meters wide, right in the middle of the road. People passing by stopped in disbelief, watching nature draw a visible boundary between wet and dry. Moments like this remind us that weather can be playful, unpredictable, and full of surprises. Even though it looks magical, science explains it perfectly. Our atmosphere is a wild, ever-changing system. When such moments are caught on camera, they not only entertain us, they reveal how astonishingly creative nature can be. 3. When the Earth began to flow. On September 28, 2018, a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Palu, central Sulawesi, Indonesia. But the real terror wasn't the shaking, it was what followed. In seconds, the ground beneath thousands of homes turned into liquid. This rare and terrifying event is called liquefaction. Sturdy houses began to slide and drift, swallowed by the earth as if the land had turned into an ocean of mud. Videos show entire neighborhoods floating and moving hundreds of meters, like boats caught in a muddy current. Roads bent and twisted, trees collapsed in strange angles, and entire districts vanished beneath the shifting ground. If these moments hadn't been filmed, few would ever believe them. We're used to thinking of the ground as something stable, but this footage proved that under extreme conditions, the solid earth can move like a wave. It's haunting, humbling, and unforgettable. 4. The storm that came out of nowhere. If you've never been in a hailstorm, count yourself lucky. It's nature's version of chaos. On July 12, 2014, in Novosibirsk, Russia, people were relaxing by the river under a bright summer sun when the sky suddenly went black. Within minutes, the wind roared, and hailstones the size of marbles came crashing down. There was no warning, no time to escape. People scrambled for cover, some shielding their heads with towels or shirts, others diving into the water hoping to avoid injury. Trees fell, power lines snapped, and roofs shattered. It wasn't just a storm, it was total destruction unleashed in minutes. 5. The day the sky turned to insects. Imagine looking up and seeing the sun vanish, not behind clouds, but behind a swarm of locusts. That's what happened in Madagascar in 2013, when billions of locusts filled the skies in a massive infestation. Each swarm contained more than a billion insects, covering fields, roads, and even entire towns. Farmers watched helplessly as their crops disappeared within hours. It was an ecological nightmare, unstoppable and overwhelming. Locusts might look small individually, but in numbers like that, they become a living storm of destruction.
Hold up before you scroll. Tap that like, smash the subscribe button, and join the squad. We drop new mind-blowing videos every week. You don't want to miss this. 6. Avalanche versus machines. We like to think we control nature, but avalanches prove otherwise. On March 24, 2018, in Russia's Elbrus Mountains, more than a dozen avalanches struck within hours. One of them thundered straight into a parking lot. In the shocking footage, tons of snow rushed downhill like a tidal wave, crushing and burying every car in its path. Within moments, the once busy lot became a field of snow. Luckily, no one was hurt, but it took 6 grueling hours to dig out 15 vehicles. It's a chilling reminder of how quickly nature can overpower everything we build. 7. The Spider City. For anyone afraid of spiders, this one's your worst nightmare. In 2018, residents of northern Greece woke up to find an entire lakeside area wrapped in webbing. Trees, fences, and even buildings were covered in thick layers of silk, stretching nearly a kilometre long. The culprits were Tetrapnatha spiders, a species that usually lives quietly near water. But a perfect mix of heat and humidity caused a boom in their prey, tiny insects. And when the food supply exploded, so did the spider population. The result was surreal, an eerie silver landscape glimmering under the sun. To some, it looked like a dream. To others, a living horror movie. 8. The Frozen Town. When most people picture winter, they think cozy fires and gentle snow. But for residents of Hamburg, New York, winter became a frozen nightmare. In March 2020, powerful winds and 4-meter waves from Lake Erie coated the town in thick ice. Within 2 days, entire houses were entombed beneath layers up to 7 centimeters thick. Every surface, trees, roads, fences, was locked in shimmering frost. Homes looked like crystal sculptures, beautiful but deadly. Doors were frozen shut, cars trapped, and streets turned into slippery hazards. The same scene repeated in December 2022 when the lakeside froze over again, proving nature can sculpt beauty and danger at the same time. 9. The heat that melted everything. We all know summer can be hot, but when temperatures soar above 43 degrees Celsius, 109 degrees Fahrenheit, the world starts to melt. Plastic bins droop, mailboxes sag, and even vinyl records twist into strange new shapes. Cacti wilt in defeat under the burning sun. But believe it or not, some people turned this disaster into opportunity. Baking cookies, frying eggs, even making pizza using nothing but sunlight. No oven required, just the blazing heat of the planet itself. 10. The town swallowed by foam first. A seaside city suddenly blanketed in 3 meters of thick sea foam, like the world's biggest bubble bath. That's exactly what happened in Australia during Cyclone Oswald in 2013. As massive waves churned the ocean, they whipped up organic matter into dense, frothy foam that the wind blew onto the shore. Before long, streets, cars, and buildings vanished under a layer of white bubbles. Children played in it, cars disappeared beneath it, and people wandered through like explorers in a surreal dream. It looked fun, but the storm behind it caused billions in damage. And there you have it, 10 incredible moments when nature reminded us who's really in charge. From icebergs towering beside villages to rain falling in perfect lines, from walking houses to oceans made of foam, each one proves that Earth still has countless surprises left to show us. If you've ever seen something strange or unbelievable where you live, share it in the comments.